Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's start this shit off in a very good way with fights that we need to see. 5 of them, to be precise, in 2019. These fights need to happen. So let's start rattling these cunts off, boys, because it's going to be some real fun if these fights come to fruition. Now, number 1, the rematch between Henry Cejudo and TJ Dillashaw. Okay. Never mind, I guess. Anyway, moving on to number 2. We need to see Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson. When Tony Ferguson, this is the fight that we've wanted to see for... This was the fight that we needed to see in 2018. It was the fight that we needed to see in 2017. Near enough 2016. This fight needs to fucking happen. And when Tony Ferguson's done ankle picking the demons in his head, and ankle picking his wife and his wall, and whatever the Tony Ferguson, the type of guy to do whatever is, when he returns to the octagon, which I'm sure he will, if the UFC does not create that fight for us, we need to go full Antifa on them, okay? We need to start fucking standing in front of Dana White's car with flags and fucking signs on sticks saying fuck you and bald cunt and all this shit, because it's a joke that Khabib and Tony Ferguson have not fought yet, and I know it's cursed, but I feel like that curse is going to be lifted in 2019, and we may get to see the matchup of the ages at the lightweight division. McGregor, I love you, but you can fuck off for a second, okay? And speaking of McGregor, at number 3, we have Conor McGregor taking on the winner of the alleged bout between Donald Cerrone and Al Iaquinta. Is there a better person in the lightweight division for McGregor to face? Because I don't care how many pay-per-view buys you sell. I don't care how many buys you can generate for the UFC. You have not earned a rematch with Khabib. Okay, let's be real. You've not earned it. You can't get a match with Tony Ferguson at all. So that's not going to happen. And Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier are all tied up. So the winner of the alleged bout of Donald Cerrone and Al Iaquinta is sure to be okay, never mind. What's his name? I've already forgotten his name. Conor McGregor, that's it. His next opponent. It needs to be the winner of Donald Cerrone and Al Iaquinta. And that's going to be some fun shit. I think it's going to be Donald Cerrone. Let me know who you guys think is going to win that fight. Very interesting. At number 2! And I had to shout for that one. We've got Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare Usman, versus Colby Chaos Covington. Okay, and this is a fight that I have been waiting for a very long time, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted these two to fight on their way up the ladder. I'm glad it never happened. I'm glad. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind if Colby Covington fought Tyron Woodley, because they have some beef as well. But right now, I want to see Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman and Ali Abdelaziz. First of all, go and find Noah and come back to me when you found him. Second of all, keep your fucking nose out of Kamaru Usman's business saying that you want to fight Jorge Masvidal next. Shut the fuck up. He's fighting Colby Covington. I've said it. I'm the final word. I've put my foot down. We need to see Colby fight for a belt. Whether you love him or hate him, he's going to generate a lot of shit talking with him and Kamaru Usman. And it's going to be fun. And I want to see that fight more than anyone else. Let's move on to number 1. Jon Jones against anyone at heavyweight. Preferably DC to end my list. Preferably DC. But in general, Jon Jones against anyone in heavyweight. Because right now, I'll tell you this much. Jon Jones pay-per-view buys are taking a dramatic deer, as he said at the press conference at one time, if you remember. Now, there's a moment in a champion's career where you need to move weight. At this point, everyone wants to see you move weight and challenge yourself. Conor McGregor did it. DC did it to generate interest. You know? Anthony Pettis is just fighting at whatever weight he We'll see Anthony Pettis at middleweight before too long, facing Yoel Romero, if things plan out for him. Jon Jones needs to fight anyone at heavyweight. I hope it's Daniel Cormier. The rivalry is just too orgasmic for me to pass up. I need to see that fight again. at heavyweight, there's a moment in champions' careers where if you don't go to other weight classes to generate interest in, the pay-per-view buys for Jon Jones have been down. The interest in Jon Jones' fights have been down. The live gate in Jon Jones' fights have been down. The views on all the promotion on Jon Jones' fights have been down. He's going to become the Demetrius Johnson of the light heavyweight division if he's not careful. Because when you separate yourselves from the rest, and there's no changeover in the division whatsoever, things start to get very stale. Very stale indeed. And I feel like they have done, even though there's a plethora of contenders, let those contenders marinate a bit more. You know what I'm saying? Don't just throw... People are talking about Johnny Walker's going to fight Jon Jones. Fuck off. Okay? That's not going to happen. People are talking about Thiago Santos fighting Jon Jones. Fair enough. I don't mind that one. You know? Dominic Reyes, he could fight Jon Jones. Also, fuck off. Can we just let these contenders marinate like a fine roast duck at light heavyweight and then have a fucking perfect natural selection based contender for Jon Jones waiting for him when he returns to light heavyweight? But right now, I want to see him against one of these few guys. Stipe Miocic, Daniel Cormier, Junior Dos Santos, or the steroid king himself, Mr. Brock Lesnar. Can you see me now? Those are the fights I want to see, boys. I hope you're as excited as I am. Because I'm ready for some fun in 2019. Is it 2019? Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, and like and subscribe as well, maybe. Come on. I put effort into this. I'll see you later.